a bit of a bumpy road. But on the other side, though, you know, you got this Gen.G team, lots of skill, lots of talent. I wouldn't be shocked if they manage to pull this one and make this one into a probably Lauren into kind of a barn burner in their favor, because that's just the kind of team that they are. They can light up real fast.
You're spot on. There is a little bit of a, I don't want to call them a wild card. I think you look at these two rosters and they're on the polarizing side of how people are picking up teams or not. Nice social guard from Shazam. I'll come back to that point in a second because the site take is on. How Shazam alive when there's a million people on the site? He just eats the flash from his teammate, but he's still fine. Sinatра's still doing well, and everyone's there. Beautifully played in the end from the Sentinels. But I want to highlight this. You look at Gen.G. They picked up a full squad. These guys playing as a team, they aren't, they're no ex-Overwatch pros. They're not, this big NA streamer. These guys were just a good collective of players who had, decent success throughout, previous Counter-Strike iterations. And, they've been okay, but they came in hot and they looked really good early game. And Gen.G picked up the full squad. Whereas Sentinels, they did that. Okay, we'll pick this player. We'll pick that player. And we'll see if they meld together. So you've got the polarizing ends, but also Sentinels have been looking much better recently.
Yeah, I used the term in the lab, and that was basically, oh my goodness, I was going to say that Sentinels have certainly been in the lab putting in the work, and that was going to be a very quick pistol round there, or anti-eco round, I should say. Shazam shuts him down with a bulldog. Now we're going to get to the good business as we have Gen.G looking to buy up here. Hwin is going to have himself the op. No armor on that op, mind you. So kind of will be a bit of a glass cannon along with Dapper. Same thing there.
But I'm also really happy to be seeing Phoenixes on both sides, and I'm going to highlight this because when I looked, I was doing a podcast recently about kind of the picks and the agents people use. I think this is going to be a more commonplace thing, if not Breach as well. He works well on this map specifically too, but Shazam outdoes Hwin. That's nice. There was a trade available. Yeah, nice work from player one to instantly get that back on topic, on track for them. But I think potentially the Phoenix and a Breach could be a big counter to some of these incredible North American operator players. And Sick this time going to have to pick up the mantle as his buddy Hwin did go down, but there isn't big moves yet. We are still seeing a bit of pressure towards A. And Sinatra, well, he ain't moving.
No, he's not. Because if Michael comes around this corner, never mind. And see, this is where the Spectre in those close ranges, like you see in that battle, the Spectre actually wins out. It's going to output a lot of damage. It's going to be very quick firing. You had the jump there. There was just a lot. You can also shoot while moving a little bit better than you can with a Phantom. So Sinatra played that angle gorgeously. And this is going to prevent them from being able to march up on here to C long. They will get through to it eventually, but they have to take their time. It's 3 versus 4, and they're waiting this one out.
And I like this approach from the Sentinels. They're playing basically full retake. They're just saying,
let them have sight.
Do it. Get that spike down if you want. We don't want to go in dribs and drabs. I'm a bit worried that Sinatra's going in on his own. Might hit flash. So perfect, Sinatra. What a masterclass in how to use it. Gets the info. Maybe take that if you're happy being in a 1v3. I think that's pretty fair. But whether or not they're patient enough on the retake to wait for that third man to come around, I don't know. I don't think they have to be. Zoms does it. Well played, and 3 back-to-back rounds. That's going to be pretty brutal now for the economy of Gen.G.
Yeah, and I think the reason why Sinatra went a little loosey-goosey there was because they were coming out of Garage. They also had their Cypher playing in A Garden. So they knew that there was like no way that they were going to be anywhere around there. The only possible position that they could be in was C long or on the C side itself, or maybe back C long. So Sinatra gets a flash. It's, low effort, whatever. If he gets something out of it, he gets something out of it. And then he was just able to punish right away. So that was just a good process of elimination for Sentinels. They go up 3-0, a big round for them in round number 3, which tends to kind of swing in whichever. It's always a 50-50 because that is where you start to see the guns start to come into play here. Now Gen.G on a save once again, Pansy, and it ain't looking good as Sinatra opens it up yet again. Shazam gets himself 2. Sinatra with a second of his own. That's just going to leave Michael by himself with a Phantom and a Dream. But I think the Dream might actually be dead as he's going to be pinned inside of the corner here. It's Sinatra. He gets 3 for that one. Big round there from the former Overwatch pro.
And they're feeling it. I haven't seen Sentinels looking confident. And I know that's a weird statement because you watch them stream. Like, I remember watching Shazam at the very start of Valorant. He was one of the big streamers out there, kind of, sitting up on a jet, doing flashy things with the op. But you know, when this team first kind of came together, they didn't have that synergy, they didn't have that confidence. But we're seeing this kind of like really quirky, aggressive play from Sinatra, and I love that. And I like seeing the teammate Shazam getting in there with him. They're using some of that aggression and confidence really, really well. And it's gonna mentally be pretty tough for Gen.G because again, best of one, man. If they get in your head, you can be like, all right, next map's ours. You got to deliver right now. These are brutal semifinals. The best walks away with the win. There's no two ways about it. So it looks like a contact B piece potentially. They're going very quietly, and as soon as they get first contact, they'll explode on the site.
Yep, and there goes the flash through, but there's the coverage. Sick with a headshot on GMD. There is going to be Zoms perched on top of the high ground. Zoms with 2. Quinn was not able to locate the shot with the op in time. Player 1, though, still going to be alive. Maybe could be a difference maker here, and Mendez do some damage. But unfortunately for him, he goes down. Look at Sinatra, the pesky person that he is, forcing him out. And Sick, a headshot, ends that push on B. They had the wall down, but they didn't have the angle to stop Zoms. Zoms really was a difference maker in that round with the position he had perched on top of that box.
This is sick. This is the Sentinels people were waiting to potentially see. And Gen.G are a good opponent. Don't get this twisted. Oh, it's only a best of one. Oh, it was only, you know, TSM had, you know, Myth playing. No. In the games right now in front of you, this is exactly the team that Sentinels were meant to be. This is the team that everyone was hyped about, that, you know, there was obviously question marks about, but we're seeing a really good showing here, and they should keep this confidence up. They know that they're in a good position. They're going to keep the economy humble from Gen.G, and for Gen.G, they've got to use a lot of that utility to get themselves back in this. And the first start would be to hinder someone like Sinatra, slow him down, stop him feeling this game so well.
Smart play there from Sinatra. Michael was between a rock and a hard place. The rock was Sinatra. The hard place was the op from the Cypher. There was no options for him to try and get out of this one there. And some kills are starting to come through, though, and win with the blades is going to give them some value. They're just going to go and take heaven control. One player is going to be located at A, and I think that they are going to be aware of this one. Player 1, a big pick on the back flank, preventing anyone. Here's Dapper, though, with the operator. And now it's just going to be up to Dapper. And what's looking like a pretty rough round here for Gen.G has now turned around completely. They're going to have weapons to work with. And furthermore, they're going to be able to freely plant the spike over at C. And they can either give it for the C long, they can play further back. Like, everything that you could possibly want to go right has gone right here. And they also have Brimstone Ultute's delay.
Yeah, playing retake with the op. Never nice, but hey, that one-shot potential. Dapper showing off the moves, not afraid. And honestly, if you're in this position, just frag out. You're 5-0 up, go for it. One shot left on this. Quinn's going to take it away, and a thrifty round indeed, but that was mostly because Gen.G couldn't afford much more. Their economy has been very, very limited. Good step back in, though. And this is, again, another potential breaking point here. If they lose this one, again, money goes right back down to not necessarily nothing, but they lose out on this lovely benefit they've had, and 2 of the players on their team have yet to get off the starting blocks. That's rough emotionally. Like, let's remember, these people are human, even if they perform like robots sometimes. You know, you don't feel good. You got to get that confidence up, and when someone's running all over you, it's hard. But have they done enough to quell the likes of Sinatra, or is he going to go aggressive down middle? Because I'm seeing him eyeing it up, and he's been over by A short. It is that middle play again. He is everywhere on this map. They're going for a quick piece towards A long, not being particularly subtle about it either. So this is going to be a very well-known sign. And look for Sinatra on the quick flank. They're going to note it as well. But here we go. Quinn finds him out. We've already got them on the site itself, and this is going to be a retake from the very word go.
Yeah, but watch out for Dapper, and then he's good. That spike is going to get played, and then he's going to pop the ult. But it depends on where this is going to be. And he actually caught a few of them in sight. Sick inside of heaven, gets 1. Can he get 2? Yes, locates the shot and is able to dodge the fire to boot. That's going to be a big benefit there, not taking any chip damage from the Molotov. Shazam up above, gets that shot. Now it's just going to be Effie's on site, going toe-to-toe here against Dapper. Dapper has an op, but also would have to worry about the players coming along on the left side there. Sick with 3 kills in that round, giving Sentinels a huge win. And as you mentioned previously, Pansy, the economy goes right back down.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. They can scrape a buy, but it's not a pretty one. You can see they're buying down to 0 almost on a couple of them. win there. I'm wondering, you know, how much they're going to be feeling this in the way of their utility as well. If there's going to be any sort of allowances that they're going to have to give themselves a bulldog. Again, all these small details really do matter. Just, you know, even just being down that much, it makes being aggressive feel really, really tricky. So let's see if Win can pull it off. It looks like he wants to go for that fast mid piece, and you already have Sinatra kind of sitting around there. Sinatra has been the biggest pest, and I love it. Anyone who's willing to fight these operators, fight for that early control, get that early info. Sinatra's becoming a bit of an MVP in my eyes in the game at the very least. However, there has been a loss. They did just lose out on a player over towards A short. Now, again, we aren't seeing the attacking side lean that way just yet. Sinatra's still going to be gifted one. There's a second and a third.
Oh my goodness.
The man's denied it all. Goodbye, Gen.G. He is showing off right now.
Yeah, and he'll be able to pick up the op as well. There is a player located over by mid. Just getting inside of B site. You also have one by C. They're scattered all the way around. So while it's basically like two situations of surrounding your opponent here, but Michael actually was looking to turn this one around for them. Player one with a headshot on Sinatra, ending his reign of terror, which is now going to have to prompt player one to actually get inside of the garage, because that is where the spike is going to be located. When Sinatra got that 3K earlier on, the camera's going to identify right where he is located. He also has to take out that tracking dart too, so more intel is going to be provided. Player one at this point, you just want to see if you can get as many kills as possible. Maybe, just maybe, you wrap around here and they're not wise to it. I would think that that'd be foolishness, but you never know with how he's playing this one out. There he goes on the corner, and smart there. They're just keeping eyes on the spike. He has to make a move. A few seconds remain. If he wins this fight out, but he does not, it's Sick who gets the better of player one there. He had just no time to work with. 14 seconds remaining, needed to get the spike, charge all the way over to C, put it down. It just was going to be just a rough attempt. But that is going to be Sentinel 7-1.
There goes the money. You said it was fragile before. There's the breaking point. It was, you know, on that knife edge where if you just about clawed it back, maybe there'd have been something, but it's fallen away pretty swiftly. And honestly, the thing you have to do here, and it's easier said than done, is quell this aggression. And when Sinatra's feeling it, what do? He's got support from the Brim to his left. Let's see if he can get away with this aggression again. There goes just a little volley in mid. That time mistimed it a little bit, but he keeps going, and it still works out. Oh no, what is this game?
You just don't have to let Sinatra go crazy. That's something that he did a lot in Overwatch. He was just known for that. He had great tracer plays where he would just go out of this world, and players loved watching him for that reason. And I think if he's having fun, if he's fragging out big time, this team has a ton of success. Not to say that it's dependent on him entirely, because as you can see, a lot of players, the Sentinels like Shazam, Dapper, I mean, they're pulling their weight 100%. But now this is going to be left down to the two controllers here. They're going to have Sick and Dapper left alive. They might be looking over toward the B.
So paranoid.
Yeah. I mean, they have to play this way.
Yeah, they have no idea where anyone is because there's so much aggression from the defenders. They're still worried about that window. They've put the wall up, and Sick's gone all the way around here, GB. This could be nuts. Yeah, well, this is it. He's going to look around the corner and actually find himself in 1-2, but he's got to look. Oh, no. And he did the right thing. He was looking over at the spawn, expecting someone to be there, but now Dapper's going to deal with all these players. Can he do it? Gets one, but cannot find a second. Effie's was there for the trade instantly. They get an op. They upgraded another thrifty win. That was their first win that they put on the board, was a thrifty win. They have to do it again here. And if you're winning those thrifties, that's great and everything. But where's the follow-up? You know, where you got to be able to put these together and string up some more victories. There's a world in which, you know, Sick walked around and looked the right way and maybe got one there, and then the op, it could have worked out. You know, you saw it unfolding for a second or two. Right here. Double operator coming out. I almost just want Gen.G to keep it simple. Just do that full sight hit. Show me a nice, you know, A hit, something. Show me something big there, because at the moment they're struggling with this aggression that Sinatra is showing over on towards C long this time, but through a smoke. I don't know if did the Brim see him? I don't think so. Brim didn't move position. So really keeping Sinatra in a position like this should alleviate some of the pressure off that Sage on T. And there's a swing on the sound cue, nicely done. And again, another quick pick. This should now mean that they've got info and they can lean off the back of this. Look at Dapper. Just the value he's been getting out of this op all game long. And now they don't have an option to be able to push through. If they do, they'll make some noise. Dapper will get the sound cue. He'll know exactly where they are, but it has gone down. Dapper does see where he is. Can he hold on to the shot, though? Does not, but Zom's there to back him up. And Dapper, what a shot onto Michael.
You got one player left alive. It's going to be Win. He has an op, but he's going up against the full might of the Sentinels here. And try as you might, there's just no real option for Win to be able to pull this victory off here. He takes some more damage, 61 HP. Dapper just needed to breathe on him, and that would have been it. 3 kills for Dapper in that one. And the way he owns A-Long, Gen.G have no options to push that one, Lauren.
Nope. Gen.G have hit the brick wall, and it's hard to see. If you've watched games like this, it can happen. It spirals. The economy has been shattered on several occasions for Gen.G. They've been unable to quell the aggression from Sinatra that was played in very well by Zoms as well, over by C-Long, and who else was it? Excuse me, Sick, who was on C-Long. There we go, that was the player I meant. But again, we're going to see mid-aggression now, another switch up, and as soon as, okay, well, let's meet the aggression on C-Long. Nope, they're back down middle again, and this time they're aware of where they like to be. Flash towards the door, and Sinatra's in a good position. Pops the ult, and away he goes.
But he does have the smoke for coverage, but he can't get out of there. Oh, Sick, though, backs him up. Even Sinatra goes down. Sick, 3 kills, man. We've just seen 3 Ks across the board for Sick and Sinatra. This combination have been deadly. Scratch that, make it 4, and it's 9-2. The brick wall, indeed, has been hit. Everything about that round, man, it just play the orbital strike. That was a good idea. But then Sick comes around the corner. I think he was playing from garage there, and no one was looking in that area, or it just so happened that he hit that timing perfectly. Like, geez, what a play from him.
This is kind of brutal. I mean, it's meant to be the semifinals, guys. I said this was going to be close. Stop it, Sentinels. Okay. They're already dead.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. This is a best of 1. And we were talking a lot about, oh my goodness. We were talking a lot about how best of 1 are just a little bit, you know, loopy, right? Because anything can really happen in a best of 1. But do you put some stock into this win? Do you feel like Sentinels have started to level up more and more, and they're getting to the point where we want them to be at, the team of the caliber of players that are on this roster? Oh my goodness.
Shazam. I mean, don't go 1 by 1 against them. You're absolutely spot on. I think, yes, we have to give it a little bit of pinch of salt when it comes to a best of 1, but it takes nothing away from how they're playing this one map. Shazam, though, could be slowed, surrounded, apparently. Oh, I believed in the 4th. I felt like maybe it could have happened, but while it did go down, Zoms just found Effie's leaving Win in a dire scenario, and it's not going to work out. Zoms is there, just a safe pair of hands. And what a half. But yeah, this is let's take it for what it is. We have to give credit that it is a best of 1, but at these sort of stages we were looking for good markers for the Sentinels. You know, that time away, that time where we didn't see too much of them in these tournaments, when the results weren't as great. Now we're starting to see a team that looks very good as a collective, and that is exactly what we were waiting for.
That was just a nasty shot. Because I don't know if there's like a slight delay with the observer. Like, I'm not sure, you know, because like some games, right, like the observer's not 1-to-1. Like when I cast Halo, for example, it wasn't like 1-to-1 with player movement in Halo 5. Whereas I think it might be 1-to-1 here. So that shot was just, if he didn't scope in at all and there was like that slight bit of delay, that it was just so nasty. But in any case, though, we're now into the half, and let's see what Sinatra could do. He's got a frenzy. I like this play. The frenzy is nasty. Don't sleep on the frenzy. Everyone's like all about the ghost all the time. But listen here, young lads. That frenzy will be your best friend if you let it be.
Look, we also saw what happened with the CZ and Counter-Strike. The thing, it works. Shazam on the leap. Sinatra. Man, he just finds like weird stuff that works. Maybe there's an answer back. GMD isn't letting this one go just yet. And Sick had a brilliant performance in the first half.
Ooh, a nice shot.
This time, bit of a denial, and no spike plant's going to make this even harder work.
Yeah, but they have to go on the hunt here. I don't know if they got vision that the spike was down. They're going to hear Zoms when he drops. All right, actually, no. He was he was outside of the range. Now they're going to hear him if he attempts for this plant. What can Zoms do? They're playing right next to each other. A little scary to deal with there. Zoms gets 1, but GMD's there to back his buddy up. That could have been scary. What a big round, though, for GMD. 4 kills in that pistol round. Huge. 2 away from his ult, which, if you want to use it for scouting, you can actually start rounds off, or start a round off very, very effectively by just getting a whole bunch of information.
Yeah, that was a really needed round too. They could do with a little bit of a buffer. And honestly, on the other side, I'd really like Sentinels to just abscond from purchasing pretty much anything this round.
Yeah.
So you can get that really huge purchase going forward, because again, you dropping this round and not having a fight back, you don't need those close rounds at this point. You just need to have the big buys when you have the one go at it, because you're on 10 rounds already. Sinatra leading the way, flash in, turns it, beautiful catch towards the A-side connector. That's going to be Quinn, and out does Quinn. Oh no, this is not it.
Oh no, I just did not expect Win to get picked off like that. Spike is down. They will get this one back up. I don't know what their utility is going to be looking like. Oh no, Zoms! He
Beautiful.
burns! He burns! GMD gets 2! I can't believe it! He managed to nail that molly right on the perfect spot and roasted 2 of the members of Sentinels. But it's not over yet though. Dapper with the kill. That is with the Spectre that he picks off. And it's just GMD, the star so far. The advantage, he has the ultimate. He can run it back if he needs to get some additional information. Will he? I don't know. But also has that Phantom, while his opponents probably aren't going to be looking all that great with their weaponry. But they're just going to ring around the rosy here and go over to the B side. From C, back defense side, over to B.
It's all about timing. This is it. Honestly, I love the way we're seeing the Gen.G player work this one out. Buying time, being patient, gonna wait for potentially the sound of the spike. But did they just see him?
Yeah,
I think they spotted him. Oh, dearie me. Okay, game back on. I don't think they've seen Shazam either.
Ooh.
They've got the spike. It's game back on. But look at the time. 13 seconds. They've got to go fast, and they might just be able to make it there in time. Yes, a quick spike plant, and this puts him out of position.
Yeah, and it's going to be a back plant too. So he's going to have to go to their side in order to make this thing happen here. GMD, though, gets 2 players, and man, that just looked like it was something that could have gone real wrong real fast. But thankfully for Sentinels fans, they were able to keep themselves together. You just got to give GMD all the credit in the world. That was hard. And even Sentinels, like, they needed to get that spike. They had no time to work with. He had the angle. He was looking at him. He got tags on him too. Just craziness.
Outstanding work from him to even get it to be that close, though. That initial play to take B was just like, I was like, oh no, it's over. How did they get those 2 picks? And then he brought it back. But what a great round. 11-3 though. As I said, it couldn't be closer. This is on a knife's edge now. It could really spiral away, because look at the money now coming back in. This is going to be devastating for the economy, because they're down to pistols, light SMGs, information found, utilizing what they can to try and make this one even. But Sinatra's having none of it. A bit too aggressive, plays well towards player 1. And now we're back in a bit of an even scenario here, but the weaponry still not ideal. But GMD again doing damage. Yeah,
and even then, though, the smart play for Gen.G was to just stick together. It was the smartest play that they could have possibly have done, right? The reason why Sinatra went outward toward the garage was because he saw a lot of activity. He saw a lot of shots being exchanged in garage. So he figured that they were just stacking that, and then they were going to just try and frag for one another, get as many kills as they can. So he did not expect player 1 to be by the B doorway up on top of the steps. So I think that was just Gen.G really letting the aggression of Sentinels kind of bite them in the butt there.
And Gen.G are having to play this like all-out style that most teams wouldn't have to go towards, but because they're in this position, that's how it is. And we got the Phoenix battle. This time GMD, again, this guy is being a real highlight piece, but it's a fake play. It's meant to get their attention, and it certainly does. Zoms does out to wonder.
My word.
Hello? How you getting the second there? You're not meant to be doing that. This is not meant to be a close round. This is meant to be one of those like, oh, we're here talking about the economy. It's not meant to be one where it's potentially a threat. Go get that spike down. Make some money. Here we go.
And they also are going to have Brimstone ult. Keeping the Brim alive here is going to be very vital for them. Effie's is going to be burning, but Zoms does go down. Shazam locates 2-3. I can't believe it. Shazam! Shazam gets himself 3 kills. We're now at match point. Sentinels are looking to close this one out and go to the grand finals.
They have elevated their play to a new standard, individually, as a collective. My word. And I thought Gen.G were pushing. I thought, you know what, with GMD coming back this strong, it was all the right direction, but no. Shazam, big denial, big 3K. He had no right to do that. They were on nothing.
And it started with that ghost kill in sewer, by the way, because Shazam was able to get the kill from that. Or excuse me, get the Phantom from that. Just that opened up the entire round for them.
Nowhere to run!
The ult being popped. This is going to be over towards, where is it? Over towards C, yeah, Sinatra's already got the first. This could be it. This could be the one.
Yeah, could very well. C site is going to be open and exposed. They utilize their ults, the Hunter's Fury. They also use the Orbital Strike. Sick, gonna play that wall, delay them just a little bit more. Gets on top of it too. No, does not get on top of it because of the way that the map is structured, but even then, does get the block nonetheless.
Okay, big moment for these guys trying to play it back. Everything's being put down already. Player one's fallen. Win there, tries to do something, but Sick appears through. My word, what a statement of a game.